What's going on, traders? Welcome to the one, the only Money Mitch. We're going to go ahead and take a look at this dip. Is it time to go ahead and put some of that cash to work? Let's go ahead and find out right here on Money Mitch.
It's time for Money Making Mitch. When investors need a story, we're going to the moon. Welcome to Money Mitch, where story is everything. I'm here to find you the next opportunity. It's all about the green hands. Now we all know the bull market is here to stay. Money Mitch.
What's up? What's up out there? How we doing? Let's go ahead. Let's get right into the markets. First, I got to say, shout out to the Finns handling it. Tua, hey, we're coming back. We just might be able to sneak into the playoffs. We'll see what happens, but let's go ahead. Let's take a look at the overall market, see what we got moving out there. It looks like the SPY found that dip today. We definitely started to hold in that 452.80s in the morning. Let's take a look here on the hourly chart. We came down to these levels to 450s before. We're going to look to see if we cross that line again. I'm really kind of concerned because really we haven't gotten out of this trend line. We ran right into it, bounced off of it. Really 463 is where I'll start getting kind of more bullish again. Right now we need to get back above 460, give a close above 460, and then we'll start feeling a little bit more bullish. Today we kind of wick up there. Just don't want to see us get sideways and test that 450 again on the downside. Let's take a look here at the Qs. What are we seeing in the Qs? Qs bouncing off of the 380s. We don't want to see them test down there one more time because it could break down that level. But as you guys can see, we definitely had kind of a rounding bottom here on the kind of right here in between these days. You can see kind of that rounding bottom here going on up. The big thing is we haven't gotten back above the 390s. That's the area where I really want to see it kind of hold above, and it could test back down towards 381 tomorrow. So just be careful. Even though we did get some bounces today, I'm not going full bear yet, but definitely going to catch up with the chat. What's up, Adam? How we doing? Matty Ice, Taylor in the house, Dylan, James, Roy. What's up, Hertz? Oil's up. I'll definitely take a look at some oil. TA in the house, Daryl, Taylor, crazy wicks on some candles today. Can you explain? Yes, so that usually has to do with buying pressure and selling pressure. But if you have a specific stock, Taylor, definitely throw it in the chat and I'll take a look. All right, let's go ahead. Let's get into the sectors and the industries that were hot and what was not today. So definitely, one of the things that I like to do, guys, is always work backwards, right? We want to work from macro to micro. We want to know where the herd is and where the herd is moving, and then we can find the stocks that just might trade up tomorrow. Let's go ahead. Let's get at it. Samuth in the house. What's up? Roy, Tesla gave me 200 today. AMD, IQST. Man, Roy, you're doing good, bro. Sounding good. Lumos, what's up? What's up? Maddie, I actually will talk about DraftKings coming on up. All right, let's get into it. The sectors that we first saw today. You guys know how I pay attention out the open, and really consumer cyclicals was kind of down near the bottom and actually closing up high on the day. And if you look, one of the things that I always tell you guys to do is look at your industries. Look how literally only one of them was in the red on the right-hand side here, and there were so many in the green. This is very important, and it helps you find the stocks that are really moving. Let's go ahead and take a look here. First area we're going to take a look is gambling. Gambling, we saw DraftKings catch a nice bid here. So we're definitely going to see if DraftKings can keep going on up, finding that bottom today, kind of near that 28. I think it could test 30 tomorrow. You don't want to see it breaking that 30 mark. If we could hold the 30 on pullbacks right around here, and then get back on up through 31.25, we can take a look at this one tomorrow. With this one, I'm also going to call out PENN. PENN also trying to find a bottom near this 47.80s, 48s here down. It did multiple tries to break this level, rejected it today, that 48. So as long as 48 can hold on pullbacks, we can start taking some buys off of that PENN, trying to catch the dip in this one, and we'll see if it comes back. Now, one thing I will point out is that we did get some kind of a jerk reaction here in the Chaikin money flow. So showing that there's definitely some bullish volume that came buying today. Some bulls were coming to buy. So we're going to draw a trend line on this, and we're going to look for it to come back to it and bounce. If it comes below it, then they'll show that they got caught. So we'll see what happens with this one. We need to get it back above 52. Definitely some bottoming action on the chart, and that's PENN. All right, guys, another one that I'm going to keep on watch for this is that if these two are going to be moving, you got to keep your eyes on GAN. GAN kind of reversed a little bit today. It's trying to get back above 1050. Could make it back to 1050, but I don't see too much in the strength to this stock. All right, let's go ahead. Let's get into the next area, which was resorts and casinos. PENN was an area in there. Bally's is another one I'll give to see if it can come back to 42. We'll keep watching on there. MGM has really shown some strength. Nice little bottoming action here. And if the COVID and this kind of Omicron is not going to be as important here, then we're going to look to see if MGM can continue. Tomorrow's going to be an important price point through 43. So you see how this one trend today. It was a nice trend. It went up and held the pullback. It held in the top half of the pattern. So we're going to look for this one to continue tomorrow. That's MGM. Put that one on your radar. Look for a pullback into this area, this kind of 41.90 area, and then look for it to come back up through 42.50s. We'll see if that can come back on up, and that's MGM. What's up? What's up out there? Definitely born in the house. Gotta love the Finns. Gotta love them. Riot being called out. Casinos, for that matter. We'll take a look there. NNDM in the AM. Taylor said, all right, we'll take a look. And DM wicks at the open. DM is a little bit trappy because it's a lower traded stock, but yeah, that is a little bit trappy. Definitely, you could tell here, this is selling pressure. So there was a seller that was selling up here at 590s, and it couldn't get through that volume. He kept selling. He probably still has some shares up there. Like always, guys, I'm not giving you 100% financial advice, but it looks like there was definitely some selling up there at 590. There was probably a big seller that it ran into. One thing that it does look good is that you're starting to get a pushback on the money flow, but this stock is way in the red right now for us to even start looking at it coming back here. All right, let's go ahead. Let's continue down. I want to get into some other consumer cyclical. Let's get into leisure. Leisure today. So travel stocks doing great today. TripAdvisor having a good day. NCLH having a good day. So definitely, if you want to take a look at these looking decent right now. OSW is an interesting one because this is what controls the spa on the cruise lines. So if you want to go ahead and take a look at this play, this is not a bad one to take a look at. We'll see if it gets above 10 and holds some move tomorrow. CCL definitely making a push today. RCL, of course, the cruise lines making a lift. Booking making a lift, showing you the travel stocks here. Expedia also making a nice push on up. We'll see if these travel stocks can keep a ride on up. Of course, we know this is because they're thinking that Omicron is not as bad, but who knows? All right, so C's also up today, and DS is up today. This is some that are really out of favor. Just be careful there. I really wouldn't be fishing too much in these plays, as you could get a crazy turnaround tomorrow. I'm just not feeling that bullish just yet. But let's go to lodging. Lodging, I can definitely start seeing Marriott catch a bid today. That was definitely a good sign for the virus. If we can see this continue to make this move, we're going to look for it to push through 160 tomorrow, and we'll see if it can get that lift. This is Marriott, and we'll see if it can continue going. With that, of course, you can watch Hilton. The relationship is really similar. Stocks trade really side by side, and we'll see if this one can get above 146. You see how they almost look identical charts. All right, let's keep going. CCL riding the variant, not a variable wave. Yeah, I personally wouldn't like that. I don't like those plays right now, because even if it does start going well, it doesn't mean that their business is changing around right now, but definitely it's a good sign that we got that lift today. All right, Maddie, let's go ahead. Almost had LGVN at the open. Woof, you guys are crazy out there. Taylor, you're one of the best voices for perspective and one of the few worth hearing. You're the best, man. Hey, just trying to do really my best to get you guys what I see out there. And if I can help you guys, hey, that makes me happy. Let's keep going. Let's give it going. Let's see what other stocks are moving out there. So I had, other than lodging, we're going to start getting into residential construction, because I thought this was a big push. Like, you're not going to see many of my industry charts actually look bullish. What does this look for us, guys? This looks really nice. We got a nice little push, and we got to lift above these highs here. So as long as we kind of hold this push, we should keep on going in residential construction. So if we're looking for an area of strength, we always need to find these pockets of strength in the market right now. And I'm not even for the housing market. I need to be flexible here. Even if I think the housing market is coming down, that's not what this is showing. So if this is showing that we're going to start getting bullish in housing, let's start paying attention and see if we can nail a play or two. So let's go ahead. What kind of plays are in here and what we can play? So I saw KBH here. Look at this chart. Look at this chart. Looking great here. Nice weekly chart. Trying to get through that high right now, that 45. Going to be very important to get through that high tomorrow. We're going to actually put a line there at 44.93. Set an alert so that we can get alerted on live trading with Benzinga. But I do like this one. Look how you got the money flow above the zero. So that's a good indicator right there. Good price action. If you could see, we actually and I've been wanting to show this a little bit more. So one of the things that you're always looking for, right, is for price to match the indicator, right? So that means that there's no divergence of price. When the indicator states bullish, the price action is also bullish. So right here on this candle right here, so you can see that you got that nice push on up, and that's when you really broke the zero line here and made that point up. Then we got that red candle pull on back. Now that we're pushing on up, it's actually getting higher than that, showing you that the money flow is coming in here. And another thing that we could take a look at is, of course, the RSI has been kind of going steady sideways. That's actually a good thing because you're kind of battling there between the bulls and the bears. You got that sideways consolidation. Let's get above this price and see if we can get a good volume spike to get in here. Look how the volume's been going down into this trade. We want to see the volume actually spike on up as we break on outs so that we can see that continuation. It's not always needed, but we'll see if we can get that lift. And I'll be watching KBH as we keep moving in to tomorrow. There's another couple plays here that you guys can take a look at. LEN, Leonard also. We're going to look for this one to continue through here. Maybe it does a little bit of a pullback, but definitely should hold that mark right there. And then residential construction, you got a couple other plays you guys can take a look at too. Let's go ahead. GRBK, that one's pushing on up really well. MHO, look how these are really nice setups. There's a reason why they're all looking nice on the daily and weeklies. And so I would keep an eye on these. They're slow movers, but once they start moving, we could definitely make some good profits on them. We'll see if these can continue going into the week. All right, so that's MHO, that last one I'll give right there. Let me go ahead and catch up with the chat. What are you guys thinking about these housing plays and if they could start moving? All right, what's up? What's up? Pinky out. You already know. Let's keep it going. Coop. Coop, yeah, I'll take a look at Coop, Jay. That one, when it gets hit hard. I definitely have seen that one turn around a little bit. What happened to Sundial play to avoid delisting? I actually played that, SPAC. I actually played that. Ended up losing, I think, like 3 cents. But I did take the shot. And they did actually do the buyback. But as you can see, even on the buyback day, it never popped back. I was actually trading it off of the 67. When it cracked to 67, I got out. Glad I got out there. But I got in at 72. So that's you're talking about what? I lost 5 cents on the name. So I'm looking for Sundial to come back there. But for right now, I don't think it's moving. Jonathan wants to take a look at MSOS. What's up with MSOS? That's not a bad one to take a look at, Jonathan. Keep that one for the ticker time, and I'll definitely touch it. Actually, I'll go ahead and I'll write it down so I don't forget it. Got you, man. All right, let's keep going. Let's get into these stocks. JITB at all-time highs. You're late to the party? Hey, who knows? Maybe we can find a pullback. All right, let's go ahead. Natty Gas, have a good day today. Yeah, it's not a bad one to take a look at. Let's take a look at energy here. Gas equipment stocks here. You could take a look at some of these. NRT is probably the one that I'd give. Like, what happened to this stock today? I mean, the volume's pretty low here, but take a look at that one. NRT, this is North European Oil. We'll see if that one can keep on going, but definitely got some volume and pushing today. Just got to be careful with these oil plays, but there's definitely going to be some nice ones right now setting on up. Another area where I'll take a look at is some basic materials. So one that I could take a look at is some building materials, because if we saw construction up, right? Residential construction. If the residential construction stocks are going to go up, then we're going to look to see if the building materials also go up. Okay. So, I mean, it kind of makes sense there, right? We're looking at construction stocks. Now we're looking at building stocks or building materials. So the underlying asset, the thing behind the thing, we're looking at it. Let's take a look. What can we find here? All right. So one of the ones that I'm going to give here, the ones that I found, CRH looked really nice. This is a building. Also building material stock here. The daily chart is a little choppy, so you got to be careful with this one. Definitely gaps up and gaps down, so there's like kind of very low liquidity, but you can see this one starting to really prop back up. It did this nice little fake out on the downside here at 49. I think you're going to see a nice little push here towards 53. But let's take a look at some other stocks that are here and the ones that are trending in that same area. So let's go back to building materials. So you got SMID. That one's been a high trender. GMS. This one looks interesting because you have multiple highs in the same area. Definitely some volume starting to add up. You can see how the volume bar has been going and increasing. Let's see if we get a nice breakout look. If we can get this back above 60.15 tomorrow, that's GMS. I'm actually going to set an alert on that one. I like the look of it. All right, let's lower these down a little bit so we can see the charts a little bit better. Rock, starting to catch a bid there. Nothing crazy. View, also a lot of bottoms there, trying to get a bounce there. CPAC, none of the great charts there. Let's keep going. AWI here, Armstrong. This one doesn't look that bad, but this was the one that I really gave, that CRH. I do like that one. We'll see if this one can keep going. And definitely look for more, guys. You know, I can't always go through every single one of these trade industries completely through all the stocks. I mean, I think there's like at least 50 names here in building materials. But you guys out there, learn from the process, learn how I'm going backwards, and learn how I'm trying to connect the industries and looking for these stocks so that I can see something and maybe something stands out to me. And I'm like, okay, let's start looking at this bad boy tomorrow. All right, guys, definitely let's keep it going. Thanks for the input. Let's do it. Buy the dip. Let's go, bro. Has anyone heard the rumors of SoFi being bought out? I heard the rumors of that. I wouldn't really see that right now. Mitch, are you trading equities or options? More than likely, probably 99% of the times you guys are going to see me trade commons. Why? Because really early on in my schooling, I took a derivatives class, which I had a professor that was awesome. He taught me a lot about options. But one thing that he definitely did teach me about was that if you can't price them, you probably shouldn't be trading them. And I'm still confused on exactly pricing and how kind of we affect goes into the Greeks. I could get into the Greeks right now, but we're not going to do all that. But to me, more than likely, common stocks. Mitch is trading Denver sports teams for Miami teams. Hey, I'll tell you right now, I'm always a Miami fan. I just live in Denver, but hey, that's how it goes, man. All right, let's keep it going. Let's go. AA is another one. Hudson calling out. Let's take a look at that. All right. So last thing I want to take a look at is what to look out for. So AA is also in here, kind of aluminum play. I do like these aluminum plays. They're interesting. Alcoa trying to find that 45 to hold on to. So if you like Alcoa, just watch for 45 to hold tomorrow. If 45 holds on this one, I do like the trade. I wouldn't want to see it crack that 45, at least for sure not crack and hold below maybe this line right here, 44.89 here on the bottom of this. And so look for that to hold and then push right back up there towards 46.75. Another one you can take a look at in maybe the steel trade is Cliff. I did like this one when it was coming back, but it really needs some push. We'll see if these can get up. All right, let's keep it going. What other ones we got out here? So one thing that I want to make sure that we're paying attention to is technology, right? because technology seems like the one that got hit the hardest on the growth name, right? But there is a specific industry and technologies that I want you guys to watch. So let's go ahead and take a look here. So software infrastructure is one that I want you guys to keep on watch, because this one cracked, and when it cracked bad. There was a lot of stocks here that started really kind of changing the long-term trend. And when we change the long-term trend, that's when we can really start seeing the drop off. So for a long time, we were above this trend line. And every time we touched it, we bounced and got right back up. Now you can zoom in and you can see we bounced there and then held that bounce, never got back above that line, rejected back down. We have a little bit of a bounce here at the support. The question is, does this support hold or do we break through? What are some stocks to watch in software infrastructure? So these are some of the biggest ones. I'm going to actually put it by capitalization so that we can find some of these biggest plays, right? So the software infrastructure play would be to watch Microsoft. You got to watch Adobe. I didn't like this really red candle on Friday from Adobe. Look how this candle, it held the lows today, but if we take out those lows tomorrow, which are 605.72 and 604.30, then this could really start coming down. Another one that we could take a look at, Oracle. Oracle's really been trending down. Did find some support at 88, but definitely keep your watch. Square. Still closed red on the day, even though Visa and PayPal started looking like they were trying to find a bottom. Keep your eyes on these. A couple other ones. PANW, very important stock here, trying to hold on here for its last little push here. If not, I think it's going to fill the gap. And if it cracks and just holds here, it could keep coming on down. It could come back down and hit this 450. Then it could come on down and kind of fill this gap here. So I'm keeping an eye out on these. These are the ones that I feel will turn us down and keep us down. If we're going to see the rally, these need to rally. And so that's why my focus is on these software infrastructure ones. So keep your eyes on these. We'll see if we catch that bounce and are able to see the market really start pushing. All right, so let's go ahead. The other area where I would take a look at is information and technology services. This one has multiple bottoms right here. If we take a look at some of the biggest names, you're talking about IBM, ACN, FISSV. We'll see if these can kind of come back on up. They're definitely finding the bottom. That would be a good sign, at least some of these tech names to really find that bottom. But we'll see kind of how these catch. Affirm is on here, so you guys can see if Affirm catches that bid. But definitely, I think the number one area that I'm watching is that software and application area, software and infrastructure, because those are going to really turn us around. These are some good ones definitely to keep on watch. Visa kind of caught a nice bid today. Keep your eyes on Visa. Let's see if we can start really pushing on Visa, or if this is just kind of a little tight kind of play here that it's holding on to. We'll see if we can get back down and it breaks down through that 195 again. Also, MA also caught a bid. That's why I was talking to you that Square was the weak one of the bunch there, and we'll see how those hold on. Upstart, let's see how Upstart's doing. Not a bad one, holding that 164. We already had that as support. Let's see if it holds that and starts coming back on up. All right, what's going on out there? MC in the house. What's up? What's up? Mitch could be at home with his feet up, but he's helping us. Please hit the like button. Appreciate it. That's what it's really all about. I mean, at the end of the day, really, I mean, I could be going through all these charts myself. This is what I do. Literally, what I do here, guys, is what I do to find these stocks and plays every single day. And so I do it with you guys here on Money Mitch. So definitely appreciate you guys smashing that like. All right, let's keep going. Let's go into some of these plays. If you guys got a stock you guys want to take a look at, go ahead and throw it on up. Last thing I'm going to give you guys is 2 plays to watch out. I like this Walgreens play. You know, one thing I'm seeing is it's coming back off the weekly. You got a nice support here at 46, looking like you want to come back up to the highs. The highs were up there to 50s before. So I'm going to look to see if we start trending on up here in WBA. I would look for pullbacks maybe to 48. but we'll see if this one can continue up to 51 and 52 tomorrow. And of course, I think this has a lot to do with, if we're going to get some new testing, new rounds of booster shots, that kind of thing. So I'm keeping this one on watch. And with that one, you can watch the relationship of RAD. RAD just got off the bottom, so this one might be a little bit more volatile, but I do want to watch them both together. That's WBA and RAD. All right, time to go through this in the chat. What's up out there? Let's keep it going. Smash the like. If you guys want your stock covered, hit the like and throw a stock in the chat. And when I come back, we'll go ahead and start nailing all these down. I'm going to go into the lightning mode. So you guys smash that like, throw the stocks up there. I'm going to go real quick here. You guys can join in. Press the ticker and a 1 if you're bullish. Press the ticker and a 2 if you're bearish. And let's keep it going right here on Money Mitch.
I tell all my CEOs, this is a very, very, very important platform. And look, all the other platforms are important too, but you're up there now. You're way up there.
Best investments you can do in your future is actually go and re-educate yourself on credible sites and credible resources like Benzinga. I think you guys have been killing it.
The comment section on this show is remarkable. Like the quality of the combo, and just big shout out to you and your community.
So I love about you guys, you just had all your callers in right then. And it's all about the community here at Benzinga.
What's up out there? Yes, it's always about you guys, and let's keep it going. And one thing that was mentioned, where could you learn some charting? Any resources to get better at charting? So there's two things, Taylor Adams, that you can do. We have a trading school here at Benzinga. You can check that out. Of course, that's going to be for a fee. I'm also going through a course. I'm going through a CMT course. This is kind of more an association course. So it's a little bit more professional. But there's always ways of learning. One thing I want to do definitely is to teach more on Money Mitch. So if there's specific things that you want to learn, you can always reach out to me. You can hit me up on Twitter, Story Investors, or just comments after the show. And I'll definitely take a look and try to give you guys what I'm learning. Because, hey, I've been at this game for like 6 years, guys. And I still, guys, I be learning, guys. There's only one way. And that's putting in the time. So you guys out there, put in the time. I'll keep doing it with you guys. All right, let's go ahead. Let's get into some of these stocks. ACT pop. All right, so I'm going to get into this really quickly. I'm going to look at it. I'm going to look at it on an hourly chart. If I think it's bullish, I'm going to say bullish. If I think it's bearish, I'm going to say bearish. Don't hold me to this. Like always, guys, this is going to be a little bit faster. I'll throw the disclaimer up, like always, for informational purposes only. All right, let's keep going. ACET, look at the hourly chart, like the hour sideways consolidation here. As long as it can hold the 1275s, I'm bullish. Look for a little, maybe a crack to 1250 wick, but quickly recovering at 1267 tomorrow. This is ACT, bullish. All right, so let's keep going. Let's go to the next one here, BNTX. All right, this one to me is in the healthcare and looking bad there, bearish there. Let's keep going. ISIG. This was one that we were talking about today on Happy Hour, or not on Happy Hour, live trading with Benzinga. We're going to look for a pullback to 950s. It's holding way too high up there. And there's way too many rejections there at 15. So to me, bearish right now to come on down towards 9. And then we'll see if it holds 9 and wants to come back on up roaring. That would give us about, because you're looking for about 50% retracement from here. So a little bit under would be nice, closer to that 9 than the 750. All right, let's keep going. Let's see another one out there. Baba being called out. Baba's nice day today. Look at that hourly trend. As long as you can hold this sideways trend, you're still in a bullish ride for right now. Daily chart has a nice bounce up to, let's say, 140s. So let's see if we can get on up there. For me, still bear because the overall trend has been broken on this. But we'll see when this one really starts roaring and getting on back. That's Baba. One thing that is helping it is the money flow starting to point upwards, but still just bouncing off the bottom here, the MFI. We need to get it back up to the green line up here so we can start seeing that bullish sense and starting to get up there. All right, let's keep going. Let's go. AMD being called out by Aaron Morris. Let's go. AMD, I'm going to call bullish on this, even though it's pulling back right now. You could come back to 125s. You got all the way up there to 165. What I would do is I would draw the fibs retracement from kind of that big move. So let's go ahead and do that. Normally, I don't like to do too many fib retracements here for you guys, but from the breakout point of that Harmy to the high point of the move, you can see that we're pulling back right now to 50% off this 135. So let's see if it holds at least at 61.8 retracement, which would be 127 on the downside, bullish right here on AMD. Let's see if we can get back on up there to the 145s and 150s. This is a good trade. We'll see what happens on AMD. Keep it going, KMB. All right, so to me, this one looks nice. This one's sideways consolidation. Hasn't really broken out of the sideways consolidation. I would actually use a monthly chart on this and wait for it to get out of the monthly consolidation. I won't go too crazy. I'd wait for it to get on up here towards 145. Then I'd take that risk probably right off of that 140, right underneath it, once we can start going on up and try to take out 160. It's a slower trade, but doesn't look bad. Bullish there. Let's keep going. Coco. Oh, this one's bear, man. This one's one of those new IPOs. I actually have tried this cocoa water before. It's not a bad product, just a bad time to be out there. All right, let's keep going. BA being mentioned by Vic. All right, I'll keep going. You guys do me the favor, smash the like button if you guys are enjoying me doing this. We got over 180 people in here. If you guys could do me the favor, smash that like button. Let's get above 100, and I'll stay till 4:45. If not, we got about 5 minutes left, and I'll get on out of here. But you guys want some extra time, smash up that like. All right, let's keep going. BA being mentioned. So BA had this perfect pattern right up to this moment, and I thought it was going to start reversing. I was bearish BA all through this moment, started getting bullish right here on this Harmy, and we just cracked it back down. So to me, it needs to get back above that 234 for me to get bullish. If not, I'm bearish BA. For right now, still a bear. IMGN. All right, so IMGM, we want to get that back above 8 here. That's what I would definitely kind of see. If you look at this monthly, you can see every time that we kind of chop in this area, we kind of hold off this support right here, this 570. You could see in this price point right here in 2017, we did the same thing, and then we shot back up. We went right here, held right here, same support, shot back up. So we need to see it hold that support right there and keep on going. So for right now, I'm going to say bullish, but it needs to hold 560s on pullbacks, if not 550s. All right, let's keep it going. I'm trying to keep flowing. DDS. All right, so Dillard's, this is one that I actually wanted to call short from the top breakdown. If you guys watch, I was watching this stock, looking for the breakdown of it. It's almost down all the way down towards that low. I wanted to start calling the short as soon as it hit 400. And man, it would have been such a monster win. This is one of those that I will be scratching my head going into next year, wondering why I didn't short. DDS, Dillard's here. Definitely crazy downside move. Macy's probably pulling back also, but I'm more bullish Macy's than Dillard's. I could see Macy's probably catching support down here. So just be careful. You could see a rip and rally right back up as you guys have gotten so many red days in a row. You could get a nice little push on up there. So Macy's, we'll see what happens in Macy's. All right, let's keep going. Looks like the numbers were flowing. I appreciate you guys joining in. Moderna being part out here. So mRNA. Let's take a look. I actually traded this one from around the 240s up to the 280s. Missed this big move to 370, but it just got back down. You got to be careful here. I think this is kind of a no touch right now because you're just in such a volatile time right now where you're going up, down, up, down. I think it's too volatile to trade right now because you could just get in a world of hurt the next day. So I try to stay away. All right, so Lucid being mentioned here in the chat. This was a great one to definitely talk about. Let's see if we got the likes that we got to keep going. There's 109. Appreciate you guys smashing up that like. So Lucid, you guys will see a lot of drawings on here. Normally I don't have so much, but I'm trying to show you guys. It was a big important price point when we broke this 50. We looked like we were going to break out. Now the big thing for us is going to be we need to keep holding above 43. If we take out 43 on the downside again, I do think we're going to come back down to the weekly low of 33. So we come back in this area, then we could find the support. We'll see what happens with this. As long as it can hold this 61.8, it's still in a kind of bullish sense, still holding the pattern here. We had a full fifth wave, Elliott wave here. Now we got in this A, B, and then we're going to look to see if we get a C up there to 50, and then we get a push back on up. That's for the bullish look. Definitely what's helping it right now is it does have still bullish volume. You can see this above the zero. One thing that also happened here, though, is the money flow started pulling away from the green line. I'm going to show you guys this one right here. So you see how we were up at the top. That shows you that a lot of buying is coming in, buying coming in. You see how right here, buying coming in, buying coming in, buying coming in. And then we started to turn around from that. We want to see this start turning back above. So the MFI is diverging from the price action right now. We need to see that turn back around there. KTTA, DD Cosby. Let's take a look there. 276 wants to maybe fill the gap here. So look for it to come down towards that 236. I would look for it to fill that 237 and then look for it to catch that bounce. We'll see what happens in KTTA. EDR, I'm pretty sure this is the UFC stock. Not bad. You can see how I had this line drawn. We got back above here. We actually came back, tested the support, pushed above here, finally claiming this line here. So we finally claimed this line right here on this point. So from that point on, I wouldn't want to ever come back down and test that. I wanted to hold this 2662 here. So now let's look for pullbacks towards maybe this high here, this 2918. But this actually looks like an uptrend. Looks like it's starting to come back out of this kind of downward angle that you had right here in the Chaikin money flow. Let's see it get to the 10 tomorrow, start pushing on up, getting up there towards the 32 and trying to break out through the high here, which is 32.42. We'll see this one could keep moving. This is one that is looking good in an environment when a lot of things are looking bad. So that's ADR. So thank you, Justin, for bringing that one up. All right, guys, that's probably going to do it for me. I've been ripping stocks all day long. I'm going to keep going. Yes, there's an SEC issue for Lucid. That's why you saw a little bit more of a downside look. At least I'm looking at it. We'll see what happens on that move. Definitely NIO, definitely still in play. Just keep it on watch. We'll see if that one can catch some bounce. And I'm going to keep battling, guys. There's going to be a lot going on here. Like always, guys, we're going to keep battling on Money Mitch. We're going to look to see what sectors and industries can keep that drive that you saw today. So look what I call for a day two move, right? So we don't want it to break yesterday's low. So it's going to be today's low tomorrow, of course. So it make sure that they hold those lows tomorrow, and then we'll look for that day two move getting on up there. I hope you guys are able to find some stocks. I went through at least, I think, 30 or 50 stocks right now. So I hope that one of those stocks was a stock that you guys were looking at. And if it wasn't, hit me up in the chat down below, and I'll make sure to hit it up tomorrow. We'll be back tomorrow right here, 4 o'clock live, Money Mitch, like always, right here on Benzinga. You guys can find me at Story Investors. If you guys want to hit me up on Twitter, I'll definitely be there, and you can ask me any question. A lot of these guys ask me questions all the time, and even on a DM, I'll definitely answer, guys. Keep it going. Much love, guys. You guys definitely keep going. We'll definitely battle out there. FDX, Joffrey, come tomorrow. We'll see if FedEx delivers. See what I did there? Haha. See you next time, guys. Let's keep going. Let's keep battling. There's only one way. One way is up, but the only thing you got to do, put in the time, guys. This is the time. Especially when the markets are struggling, you're not seeing so many gains. This is time to go ahead and work on your skills and develop to become a better trader. See you next time on Money Mitch. Keep working out there.